adding a secondary axis in Excel. Today I'm going to go over how you can add another axis to a chart and also how you can do multiple chart types in one single visual. So here in front of me, if you want to follow along, I've left the link in the video description where you can go to my original post on this and download the data set that I'm using here. But here I've got unemployment rate numbers and average hourly earnings numbers. So what I want to do is plot both of these numbers on a chart, and as you can see, it goes back all the way to 2017 up until March 2021. And so I just want to plot these numbers side by side to put them in a chart. So to do that, what I'll do is I'll start with going to the Insert tab and just inserting just a column chart. It's just a simple 2D column chart, and obviously you can select whatever chart you want. Now, the one problem right away that you see with this data set is because the average hourly earnings numbers are all above 25, it makes this chart look more than just a little ugly, to say the least, right? Because it sort of makes it hard to focus on the unemployment rate numbers, which are highlighted in blue. I'll expand this a little bit just because this data set is pretty big. So now we can see the year and the month. So now if I wanted to look at both of these data sets, the one thing I definitely want to do is use two different chart types. So to do that, I just right click on this chart, select change chart type, and then at the very bottom here, there's going to be a combo option. And so by default, Excel thinks I'd prefer to use the line chart for average hourly earnings. And that's probably a good idea just because, at 25 or higher, it would be a good way to separate the data because I don't have bar charts or column charts overlapping with one another. Now, obviously, you could use a different combination, but I think that's usually a good mix, is using the column with the line chart is usually a good way to balance it. And here you've got an option to use a secondary axis. So first, I'm not going to take this off yet just so I can show you the impact of using a secondary axis versus not using it. So if I hit OK, now my data is nicely separate. I've got, the average hourly earnings up here. And here I've got the employment rate or the unemployment rate in column charts, right? So this works okay. The one thing that I don't like about this is that there's a lot of white space in here, and I could shrink this down to 35 or down to a height of 30 or 32, let's say. But imagine you had a scenario where this wasn't 25 or at the low point, and it was 100 points higher than this. Let's say the average is $125, or it was another data set that I was using where the range is even much higher than that, right? Then it wouldn't work nearly as well as it does now. And even now, though, this could be made a lot better. So I'm going to go back to change chart type, and this time I'm going to hit secondary axis for this average hourly earnings. And when I do that, now my chart looks a whole lot different because now it's on a different scale completely. And now it shows me something else. There was, a really big spike in the average hourly earnings in about April 2020, right? Due to the pandemic, probably. Maybe people got bonus paid. People who got laid off, maybe it impacted mostly low-income earners, right? So this is where it definitely makes the data stand out a whole lot better. And the one thing that you want to remember, though, when you're using a secondary axis is which axis relates to which, right? To which chart. Like, for example, if I was looking at these blue column charts for unemployment rate, I need to remember that this is plotted on my primary axis, which is the axis to the left, right? So I'd be looking at these numbers. Because if I'm looking at this number right here, and I look at the axis to the right, it may look like it's at 30, but realistically, it relates to this number here, right? So about in between 14 and 16. So that's the key thing you have to remember with using primary and secondary axis, is if you're looking at the axis, you have to remember which one relates to which which chart. And although I've only got 2 data sets on here, you could potentially have more than that. You could have more. You have 3, 4, however many you want, and you can decide whether they go on the primary axis or on the secondary axis. The key thing, though, is to remember what relates to what. Now, you could do something like add data values to help you with that, but I mean, you may not want to do that. That may not be, especially if you've got 3 or 4 charts going or more. That'd be a whole lot of values crowding your screen. So it's something that you have to sort of make a judgment call what makes sense. And if you're in a situation where you've got a data set that you want to add, but it doesn't work well with this axis or this one, then that might be a sign that maybe you should put this on a separate chart altogether, all on its own, because obviously you're going to be limited as far as options go at that point. But the main benefit of using a secondary axis is you're left with a different range, and it does well at compressing the space, because in the previous example, like I said, you've got that big gap in data. It doesn't tell the same picture as this does. And with 2 different axes, you can also make changes to them individually. Like, for instance, if I want this axis to max out at 30, right, and have a more narrow range of 25, right, I can do that without affecting this other axis. So that's the thing that gives you an opportunity to play around with these different points. Like, let's say this axis on the left, I think it starts a bit too low. It shouldn't be at 0 because the lowest rate is about, it's like 3.5. So let's start at 3, right? And then that allows me to manipulate the different axes without impacting the other one. So using 2 axes can be really helpful, but again, the one thing you're going to want to pay close attention to is which charts relate to which axis. And that's where you could do something like add data labels or add a table or something else to help support that information to make it easier. But adding secondary axes is pretty easy in Excel. Really, it's the tick of a checkbox. It's just a matter of knowing what charts you want to use and which ones you want to plot on a primary axis versus a secondary one. So that's that in a nutshell, and thanks for watching.